you don't know who you're beside. So sometimes we're just, we work and we're just so center focused, tunnel vision on our own projects, but you don't realize that you could be working with somebody that has a plug with somebody. So through my resources, I'm hoping that we could create something today, whether it's one song, whether it's 100 songs. All we do is a submission game and we wait and see. You get what I'm saying?
Quiero mandarle un saludo a toda esa gente de Toronto. C.O.L.L.A.B.
What's up going out to the fellas, C.O.L.L.A.B. Keep doing your thing.
King G and my Toronto niggas in the streets. Third world.
Representando para todos los latinos y en todo el mundo habla hispana, especially Toronto.
Psycho Realm 6 Symphonies, what up, Toronto?
C.O.L.L.A.B, hey, we gotta do a show with C.O.L.L.A.B.
Ya lo saben, C.O.L.L.A.B es los que están conectados aquí en Toronto. Y si no saben nada de C.O.L.L.A.B en Toronto, es porque ustedes son demasiado tontos.
Yo, this is William Dinero chilling with Liza, you know what I'm saying? Big Pun's wife.
C.O.L.L.A.B,
That's
T-Dot,
yeah.
Dano.
Un saludo para toda la racita de C.O.L.L.A.B. Mucho respeto y cariño desde México, cabrones.
These are the TS members of Canada.
Hey, big shout out to all my Toronto cats out there representing real hip hop.
C.O.L.L.A.B, ya tú sabes, con el portaje, saludo a toda la gente de Canadá.
C.O.L.L.A.B, Toronto, nigga.
Para la gente de Toronto, allá, la gente de Canadá, para el Cora, los quiero.
Yo, Toronto, I'm coming out there, motherfucker. Yo, hey, pronto.
Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Mario of Woke Up a Rebel, and I'm bringing you a new episode of Rebelations podcast. We are here at 4SOUND Studio, documenting and observing the songwriting camp that is happening called the C.O.L.L.A.B series. Right now, next to me is William Dinero. He is the facilitator and owner of 4SOUND Studio. So, thank you, my good man. It's been a long time coming that I was hoping to get you in this seat one day, and here we are.
I woke up a podcaster today, bro.
Right?
That's on right now.
All right, bless, man. So thank you so much for opening the doors for us to be able to do this. It's an honor for me to be able to document this magic that is happening right now in the next room. So yeah, man, I think a lot of people that are going to be tuning into this that are around my circle know who you are. But for those that don't know who you are, please let people know.
So I'm William Dinero, recording artist. Started off making music, was rapping, was part of a group called C.O.L.L.A.B.
Se triple pelaron aquí, loco. Watch this shit,
we rolling heavy, man. Shit has never been the same. We changed the game, y'all know the name. C.O.L.L.A.B been doing this while y'all be on the sideline, bitch. Niggas take a sip on the side now. We walk and talk, just out. Call a pop, y'all fall with no clout. Watch your bitch. Yeah, me and my clique, we be rolling 20 soldiers deep. Moving to C.O.L.L.A.B, blue like it's supposed to be. Rumors say they split up, rumors say they quit. Groupies who be spitting rumors, can't suck on my dick. Been a while since you heard of us, almost like they murdered us. Haven't heard a word from us, now the streets has heard the buzz. Next CD will spread like a disease in the streets, to your home, to your CPU, turn to MP3s, bootleggers, I don't give a fuck. Sell it from the back of trucks, pumped it full blast from the smallest car to the biggest trucks. Everybody know, up in everybody, yo, which Latinos run the show, Código Azul, bro. In my earlier days, a lot of people knew me as Ill Will. Younger, I was, believe it or not, Illy Willy. But that graduated into Ill Will, and then eventually into William Dinero, C.O.L.L.A.B. Extremely fortunate to have a career in the hip-hop music and be able to grow my own niche market, as you would know, within the Latin urban landscape, the Latin urban community of Canada. And I was fortunate enough to break down some doors and cross over to an American market in a time where we weren't accepted. It was already extremely difficult to make it through those doors being Canadian, more so being a Latino. So I was fortunate enough to make the right connections, be at the right place at the right time, and obviously have the skill set to do it. And, turned into, I started focusing my career eventually into music production. And a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, I wanted to understand every aspect, every corner, every stone of the industry. So whether it was radio, I needed a radio show. Whether it was nightclubs, I wanted to know how promotion works. I wanted to be able
to see how promoters do their thing, marketing. When I first started my career, YouTube was not really as powerful as it is today. Instagram wasn't a thing. Facebook was around, but we hadn't really hit the milestones it's hit. So, in a nutshell, that's pretty much who I am. And obviously, I'm one of the owners of 4SOUND Media Recording Studio, signed to DKO Music Group, also part owner. So extremely fortunate to be part of Snow's team and company. And yes, sir, that's what I am.
Yeah, what up, mi gente? Aquí les habla William Dinero from C.O.L.L.A.B, Third World Entertainment, Código Azul, Third World Gorilla Stand Up. Y'all know who you are, you know what I'm saying? Por el año 2008, quiero mandarle muchos saludos, amor y respeto a toda la gente que nos han apoyado, you know what I'm saying? Todos mis amigos, mi familia, everybody that's been down with C.O.L.L.A.B since day one, you know what I'm saying? También tengo un mensaje para toda la disquera y toda la media que no creen Latin hip hop. This is where it's at, this was started, esto es lo que lo empezó y sabe que no pueden parar el movimiento, estamos pegando bien duro y firme, you know what I'm saying, una cadena que no se puede romper, you know what I'm saying, C.O.L.L.A.B, be up in this bitch, holding it down, representing, aquí voy a copiarle algo en español para toda mi gente, yo, check it, elimino enemigos que tienen pedo conmigo, te digo que soy peligro, pego duro sin alivio, los dejo siempre watchándome como si fuera espejo, de lejos me observan sin saber que yo ando atento, sabiendo todas movidas, ojos en todas esquinas, leyendo entre las líneas, expertos no se imaginen que William es bien astuto, bien bruto, no se lo culpo porque muevo calladito como si fuera disputo y después deshago con sorpresa y empiezan los dolores entre la cabeza, hago limpieza, elimino la pieza complicada que más molestan a la mierda con basura porque apestan, bien han pensado, doble ahora se ha puesto complicado, cuando jueguen con dinero sale caro, no paro hasta que termine bien echado y sea yo el único parado, siempre gano, yeah, Código Azul, Third World C.O.L.L.A.B, check us out at www.thirdworldentertainment.com, that's www.thirdworldentertainment.com, or on MySpace, that's www.myspace.com/CodeBlue, Third World, 2008, you know who we are, you know where we be at, you know what I'm saying, much love to everybody, peace.
That's blessed. And for those of you who don't know who Snow is the guy who made the classic song Informer. And that's the main song that people know him by, but he has some other bangers too.
Daddy Snow.
Yeah, you know, and I first heard about who you were because of Code Blue, right? I was maybe 15 years old. I was up late at night listening to Toronto en Vivo. I think that was the name of the radio show.
All right.
And I forgot the name of the host, but I'll never forget the DJ's name, DJ Nash, because, man, that was the first time.
DJ Nash.
Yeah, that was the first time that I heard all the reggaeton bangers. You know, that was my only access to the reggaeton bangers because the internet back then wasn't what it is now.
Yeah.
Right? So the only way you could get music is if you had a friend that could burn the songs for you or you could burn them yourself. But for me, I didn't have that access. So I had friends that would burn music for me. And being able to hear it on the radio was a major thing for me. And then to hear Toronto artists, Latin artists on a radio station, like, to me, that was a big deal too. It made me feel like, oh, shit, that's possible for people, you know, regular people here in the city.
It's a real thing, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, big up Nash. I remember that was on Chin.
Chin Radio.
Yeah, that's big. Wow. That's crazy, man.
Do you still know them? Like, are you still in contact with DJ Nash at least? I don't remember the host name, I'm sorry.
I haven't been in contact with a lot of people, but that's because it's weird, man. It's funny how social media bridges people closer, but when you lead a very busy life, just in general, people kind of go their own ways, and we all got our lives, and we live a very fast-paced life, especially like the bigger the city, the faster the time travels. So I'm sure I have him as a social media friend, but I haven't seen him in ages. There's a lot of people I haven't seen in a hot minute. You know, it's funny. I realize how fast-paced we live in when I'm vacationing or visiting a third world country. Because I see that they don't, like, let's say Cuba, for example. When you're there, it feels like the day lasts longer. I don't know if I'm tripping, but it feels like maybe because you're on vacation mode, but even speaking to the people, like I've been fortunate to have friends, build relationships, and they're like, you guys are always go, 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 go. And I'm like, that's the way I'm built. But when you go there, it's kind of like, yo, con calma, like,
and like, appreciate the moment.
Yeah, like they take real breaks. And here we're just programmed to consistently be go, go, go. You know, everything's a lineup. Everything's like you better hurry up. Everything's you better make it there on time. So it's weird like that.
Yeah, that Western North American lifestyle. Like, there's a lot of in my workplace. There's a lot of students that are coming around, you know, from their countries, and they're like, the life here is so different. Like, you guys don't rest, right? That's the general concept that people have of Canada.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you start out in music? Like, what inspired you to say, hey, I want to pick up a microphone?
Believe it or not, it was so I'm a father. Listen, I am a father. But my father and my mother, family of immigrants. I was born in Toronto. However, my dad was from Guatemala, my mom from Argentina, and my dad was a major like garage sale guy. So he brought home a garage sale treasure. That's what I refer to as, because it was a whole bunch of vinyl and it was a whole bunch of cassettes. And I was only like 6, 7 years old. And I came across Run DMC. I came across Michael Jackson, C.O.L.L.A.B. It was the most random selection of music for an immigrant dad to bring home.
Right.
I just bought it because it was a deal. So I'm listening to Run DMC, Peter Piper. And I was so blown away by the beat. I was like, what is this? And I was already a Michael Jackson fan, but now I actually had his record. So I was like, wow, like Thriller and Beat It, like all these songs were like magical to me. And C.O.L.L.A.B, all these people, all these MCs, all these artists just really blew my mind. So I started just creating music naturally, authentically, organically as a child. I just started humming, singing in the bus. And my mom, God rest her soul, she would tell you, like, I'd be in the bus singing, mumbling, but I'd do it. And when I was old enough, instead of focusing on schoolwork, I'd be writing rhymes in class because I was bored. Looking back, it was probably ADHD, but I was doing my thing. And I'll never forget, I went to my first ever recording studio out in Scarborough, deep Scarborough. So I'm a West End guy, so we're talking like where the train ends, and then you gotta take like
the LRT or something.
Yeah, so I did that, and I get to the studio at some basement, and the guy's like, all right, Ill Will, you ready to go? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, what's your beat? And I'm like, the beat, I forgot it. And he's like, so what are we gonna do? I had no beat.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was so new to the game, I didn't know you had to bring a beat. So he's like, so who'd you buy the beat off of? And I was like, bro, I was straight capping. I was like, look, man, I made it. He's like, okay, here. He throws me to the fucking keyboard. He's like, and I'm like, oh, it's faster if I can I just beatbox it to you?
Yeah.
So, bro, I winged it. I beatboxed it. He probably knew, you know what I'm saying? So I beatboxed it. He did it instantly. And that's when I realized at that moment, I feel like I could buy myself one of these keyboards and make myself a beat. And that's exactly what I did. I got a little bit of change. I got myself like a little bitch ass Casio. Shout outs Casio. But I got myself a little keyboard, hit a couple notes, and I taught myself how to play music sonically by ear. Like literally, I learned the keys from the bottom, from the left, being the deep bass, you know, moving up octaves to the top, and I trained my ear. And fast forward to today, you know, that's what I do for a living.
Yo, that's amazing, man. Being able to hear that story. Like, thank you so much for sharing that, because I always wondered, you know, like where did this guy start, you know, because there's just so much to what you've created and what you've participated in over the years, right, that I've been able to witness. And, you know, it's commendable, you know, and it's an inspiration to myself, and I'm pretty sure everybody else in that room over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the next thing I want to ask you is how did everything come around, or how, better question, how important do you think networking? Like, what would you say to people that are kind of shy to talk to people or feel that they can do everything on their own? Like, how important is networking to advance their career?
Networking is real important. I had to learn the hard way. You know, sometimes we believe that if you're like me, you know you have the capacity and you're able to do everything on your own, or at least you feel like Superman. However, it's not a bad thing to be able to expand your horizons and talk to people and really get a feeler for who's who and what they could do for you. Because you never know who you're sitting beside. You really have no idea. And sometimes that person's skill set could really amplify your skill set. And that's something I learned late in the game when it came to collaborations. Because I was a beat maker, a songwriter, I could rap, I could freestyle. I was like, look, man, I'm gonna just do everything on my own. Yeah. All right, yo, check it.
William Dinero.
Yo, the only Latino holding it down here today, son.
Easy.
Hey, yo. This ain't drop a freestyle, dog. Drop it from the dome, so I had to go unleash like a bullet from my chrome. Realistically, I could have been home, maybe grinding on the block, but I had to hold it on my own. Yo, Latin kings on the throne, yo. Cold blue, dog, you know how we do. Yo, I ain't playing, dog. I'm making you stutter, make it be. When I step in the gutter, screaming para, send me going rata-tata, sounding like it's raining rocks on a dick. Rata, ain't like Joe Combs, got rap in the choke rappers. Spit some fire, but I make it feel so cool. I roll with Latinos who don't give a fuck. Quick to empty out the clips unless it touches the gut. Yo, I roll in the block in todas las esquinas, representando Guatemala, Argentina. I'm from the west side, this is how we do it, Willie D. Holding it down for the cool blue crew. Everybody know the name, see me rolling in the block with my motherfucking chain, third world, I was too caught up in like, well, why should I get you in the song if I could do it by myself? But then I didn't understand that you have certain markets that I don't have access to, certain people you don't have access to. So I would suggest to people like, number one, escape the prison system that we create in our brains and our minds, because only we are self-conscious and aware of our insecurities. So I don't know your insecurities, you know your insecurities, and you're gonna show me those insecurities because you're so insecure about it. But it's like, I don't know how to dance, let's say. But nobody in this building knows I don't know how to dance. I could tell you, bro, I'm the craziest fucking dancer, bro. Like, I put this guy and this guy to shame, and really I don't know how to dance. Right? So it's like, we have to escape these mental blocks that we have. Number two, I would tell people, we're no different than these trading cards, right? Like, let's say, like, I noticed with my son's cards, he has like Pokemon cards, and it says that they got powers. It's like, you're a trading card, you got a value and you got powers. So maybe you could do a little bit of everything, but your skill set, bro, is you're sick at filming and you're sick at doing podcasts. And the next person might excel in designing. There's nothing wrong with bartering and swapping these skill sets amongst each other.
That's amazing. You hear that, people? Yeah, you hear that, people? You hear that? Yeah, that's amazing, man. And like, honestly, this conversation could go on forever, you know, but I want to give you a chance to talk about the program that, you know, you are facilitating today.
Yeah, I've been doing songwriting camps before. They're extremely private, and I decided that I wanted to normalize these songwriting camps and expand these opportunities that come across my desk onto others, pay it forward, and be able to create that landscape for the artists, because we're all growing together, and at the end of the day, it's a domino effect, and we're a community of artists. Number two, we in Canada have learned that we are our own economy. We're a major export in music, and there's so much undiscovered talent out there. And when I witnessed this owning a recording studio, I'm like, these people could really excel. They just don't know it. Sometimes you gotta have these people surround themselves with others that are similar to them and tap into some of my resources and make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen, gang. So with that being said, this event is to bridge these artists together, to network together, to work together, excel together, have an experience of making something from nothing, and then having the opportunity to have this music, God willingly, placed and to have an experience at an award-winning recording studio, and get to network and exchange these assets that we have, these skill sets.
Yeah. Yeah, well said. And you know what? Anybody who ever gets the opportunity to join not only one of William's songwriting camps, but any songwriting camp, I encourage you to do it, because that's the best way to do it. You need to meet other people. You need to meet other songwriters, people that are passionate about music or the same thing. You know, you need to be in the same room, have other people challenge you. You know, sometimes you might think you're the sickest person until you realize you're not, and you could build from that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's amazing to see, like I said, all the people get together. And, you know, I've seen today people kind of like, although everyone's an artist, there's some people that are in the world of videos. There's some people like yourself that are in the world of DJing and podcasting. You know, some people are networking with part of your team who handles cameras. That guy could be an amazing photographer, right? So it's literally a domino effect, and you see it take place. Somebody's an amazing designer. Now you got somebody that can make your album cover, somebody that can make your beats, somebody that can help you. So, you know, at the end of the day, when I see people build relationships, exchange their social media and build relationships, to me that's amazing. Like even seeing you, for example, Excel, you know, you're part of our ADAP program at my business. I've seen you build your own relationships with some of the participants. Now you guys are homies, and it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like 5 years you foster that relationship, you nourish that relationship. You guys can make money together. You guys could kill the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and it's very important, you know. And when I came in here, you know, with Jungle Royalty, Aisha, I was scared shitless because I had never been in an environment like this. It's like it felt real, you know. And it's like I didn't even know what to do with my hands at that moment, you know. And thankfully, you were very professional, and I'm pretty sure you probably come across a lot of people that are popping their cherry for the first time in a professional studio.
Absolutely.
Right. So, and that goes a long way, you know, when the people that, you know, you're meeting in those spaces their egos aren't all the way up here. You know, they know who they are and they know what they're capable of doing, but they try to come down to your level to try to make you feel like you're important, and you really were able to display that with us, you know, make us feel like we were the stars in the room. And that goes a long way, you know, with especially when you're shy, you know. And I was able to break out of my shell, you know, starting in this place.
Gotcha.
You know, so that's why this place is very important to me, and it was very important to be able to participate in this today.
That's amazing, bro.
One last question before we go.
Yes, sir.
And this is a personal question for me.
Yeah.
What was it like meeting Daddy Yankee, man?
Meeting Daddy Yankee, you know what? It was a blessing. It's great to see these people in their prime. You know, Daddy Yankee's legend, and being able to surround myself around my team, for starters, and seeing that song from beginning to end, and being around somebody like Daddy Yankee and seeing how many stages he's smashed. Like, the guy's a machine, bro. He's amazing, and being around that, it's very refreshing to your mind to see that this guy at some point started from nothing.
Yeah.
And to see him, you know, we're in Colombia doing a show, or whether it's Toronto, wherever it may be, or seeing them on the stage. Like, I witnessed that song go from nothing, literally from its beginning, grassroots, to being a hit. I remember telling Snow, like, bro, this is a smash. This is guaranteed smash. Cleaning house with the Billboard Awards, for example.
Yeah.
So I see that happen, and seeing it is very humbling, and it's a great experience seeing and understanding that, we're all only human, but seeing them reach that level, it just means anybody could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody can make it. You just got to put that effort and go 1,000,000%.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, Daddy Yankee started at 45 years old and retired at 20 years old, because this guy looks younger than he did when he started.
Yeah, man.
Right? So
Daddy Yankee's killing him, bro.
Shout out to him. And I hate that I never got to see him perform, you know, live while he was active, you know. And I'm very glad that he chose path of faith now, and that's also an inspiration to a lot of us, especially a lot of us that grew up in Christian and Catholic homes, that, you don't have to stay, you don't have to go in a dark path, you know what I mean? Like, he stayed straight, focused on the business, focused on his brand, and he ended his career on top, winning.
Yeah, man.
But we're not talking about that, Yankee. We're going to end it with you, sir. You are a legend here in Toronto. You're a legend amongst a lot of Latin artists here and the community as well. You've done a lot for just the community in general. So I applaud you for that. I commend you for that. And thank you so much for your time. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on every platform at William Dinero. That's Dinero. Literally, I've lost track. Instagram's probably the best bet. However, just literally Google me, add me, do whatever. William Dinero, Dinero, WilliamDinero.com. And I'm always up to something fresh and new, so hit me up.
And speaking of, what was the latest track that you released?
Latest track I released came out this Friday. I produced a track for Tony Yayo and Harley G, which is available on all major platforms. Literally type in Tony Yayo on Spotify, Apple, Tidal, whatever your streaming service is. Look at new releases. It's the latest release.
All right. Thank you so much for that, William Dinero. And this was an episode of Rebelations podcast here at 4SOUND Studio. I'm your boy Mario, and thank you so much for joining us. Peace.